Sorry, friends, there was an internet disconnection happened in while I am assembling. So I will continue from the point where it stopped. So assembly of the impactor and the plate is made. So impactor is placed in the proper position with respect to plate. So that is assembly. The next is creating step. That is dynamic explicit step is selected with impact time 0.004 second. That means 4 millisecond. And the field output is created. I use default field output. That is for the plasticity analysis. We have default settings there. The system can understand. And if further parameters are required, we will ask for output. So all outputs, that field output as well as history output will be obtained from these two output portals. Okay, the next is interaction. So before going to interaction, we have to mesh the part. So parts are meshed separately. Plate is meshed with actually the far or the region away from impact region is with global mesh size 2, and the inner part is the inner part is meshed with approximate element size of 1. That means dense mesh is considered inside. That is created, and the mesh type considered here. The mesh type considered here is hexagonal mesh sweep medial axis. I used medial axis here to get smooth meshing. Okay, so this is the mesh, and this is also meshed. Again, element of the steel elements is selected. That is explicit analysis. We are using explicit, not the standard one. By default, it is in the so explicit linear reduced integration type with element deletion option is on here. Okay, so it is called C3D8R, an 8-to linear break reduced integration hourglass control elements is selected. Okay, one mesh is done, then go back to interaction. Okay, let me. So for interaction, we select first the impactor as the impactor is selected as the first element. That means the first part, and the plate is second part. Means first part is considered by default as a master element, and the second one is as a slave element. So the plate is a slave. Means the slave element contains a weaker section that undergoes the deformation or damage, and the one which less damage is considered master element. So impactor is considered master, and the plate is considered plate is considered slave. So interaction is created already. That means impactor plate. Plate is in the node. Impactor surface is as a surface that is already created. So another contact properties are defined. We defined the tangential behavior with penalty projection of 0.3, and the this normal behavior as behavior of default setting without changing any change on that. Okay, contact is also defined, And the impactor is constrained as rigid body because it is made from rigid body. This is done. Now the load and the boundary conditions are created. This is fixed boundary condition, which is Incaster type of boundary condition. Incaster boundary condition under symmetric, anti-symmetric, or Incaster option. And then the impactor velocity is provided that V3 with negative 10,000 is given. We have also an option to define velocities through the predefined field. Here we can also define the velocity using predefined field, mechanical velocity, and then specifying the particular point. We can define velocity 3 here. But we have also another alternative here for velocity is provided here. And then the constraint of the motion of the impactor. Impactor will not move in X, Y, Z, or should not rotate about other axis except the linear motion along Z direction. So that is constrained with this only U3 is allowed, the remaining all 0. Okay, all 5 degrees of freedom are constrained, but U3 is allowed to move. This is defined. Okay, then finally we created a job with the job high velocity impact simulation. So we can see we can monitor the job while it is running. Okay, on monitoring window, pop-up window, we can see the increments, the total time, CPU time, step time, stable time increment, okay, kinetic energy, total energy. So these things are there. Here we can see the log, that is the starting, which shows the starting and ending time, input file process, explicit package, all these things are shown, and the date in which this analysis completed also will be specified. Okay, so start date or submitted date and ending date or completed date. If there is any mistake in our work, the warning file, actually error file will tell us if there is an error. If there is an error, our analysis will abort rather than complete. So if we use proper steps, the analysis will complete. That indicates that the steps are correct. Okay, so warning, number of warnings may come. Some of the warnings are non-harmful, and some warnings are harmful. That indicates that there is an error. If the warnings considered harmful, then there is some error. Okay, output, that frames of outputs, 20 frames by default defined. We can increase or decrease, it just depends. And data files, large data files are here. Okay, again, message file, again, status file. Okay, all the status files are also here. So this is how we can monitor our job. Finally, a result. Clicking on a result, we can get this undeformed shape of the model. Okay, so the deformed status of the model can be like this, and then the contour plot. Okay, the plot of contours on deformed shape can be like this. Okay, and then we can simulate even what we have done. We can simulate. This is the simulation. the simulation of our model. Okay, well, you can see the simulation from various directions. We can see like this, or unless we can simulate, or we can see it like again, we can increase the time of simulation. Okay. This is harmonic simulation. Harmonic looping backward, swing simulation, loop simulation. Okay, so normal simulation is in this manner. And let's see the deformation. Better to see U3 deformation. Okay, let's see the future age. And various outputs are there. So maybe some plastic strains. Okay. Let's see the logarithmic strain, LE. Let's see plastic strain. So 0.4341 is the plastic strain. Okay, this is all about high velocity impact. And thank you for watching my videos. Just subscribe in order to get most videos which I am creating in some time interval. I'm not usually creating it, but sometimes I am creating those videos. So please share, subscribe, and get the latest videos. Thank you very much. See you.